Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games. I'm Sean.
And I'm Eric.
And today we're reviewing Battlecrest by...
Button Games, based out of New Jersey.
Now this is a very interesting little game because it's very unassuming. It's a little wallet, pocket-sized game.
Yeah.
It literally fits into your wallet, but what you have in here is a whole battlefield.
Yes.
With two characters that are with very varying powers.
Yes.
And you also have over there the
expansion, which again comes with another two characters, but this brings it up to 4 plus a solo.
Plus a solo variant. So there's only 18 cards in the base deck.
Yeah.
But don't let that fool you. This is actually a very complex and smart little game. There's quite a lot in it. Of these cards, 6 are terrain cards.
Yeah.
So each terrain card is randomly allocated, so the battlefield changes up all the time.
Mm.
And depending on what way you position your character, which side of that actual terrain card, there's different abilities. You can have plus attack, you can have plus shield, you can have plus movement, and you can even have shortcuts so that you can kind of effectively ambush other players. And once one of those is used, the card flips.
Yeah.
So the actual terrain itself changes as the battlefield goes on. The characters themselves, what are the two characters, Eric?
There was Akena and there was...
Mutiny.
Mutiny, yes. And they're both very different. You played Mutiny quite a lot against my Akena.
I did. Well, my favourite character is actually Whisper in the expansion. But yeah, I played Mutiny a lot.
Yeah.
And he has this sidekick, Rig.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting because you only had one character to worry about.
Yeah, but I had the extra ability to help me out. But you had your little mech, the bot, like, to help you.
Which would effectively kind of, if I could pin you down with Rig, it would take away your defense and allow me to kind of work a little bit better.
Exactly, yeah.
So what's interesting here is that there's a lot of combos in the combat.
Yes.
Because when it comes to your basic turn, you have, say, in my case, I had 3 action cards, you had 4 action cards.
Yeah.
And there's 4 significant things on the action cards. There's defense, there's movement, there's the actual attack itself, and there's also a symbol in the bottom corner that if the card is tapped and that symbol is showing up, it would give a boost to other cards. So there's very interesting combos you can pull off here, especially if you combine that with a terrain tile that boosts your attack or defense or anything like that. So there's a lot of thought in this game.
Yeah, and then there's, besides, you may have tapped that in order to move, and then you would tap it to make an attack. And your attack is very area-based, situational. So if I want to do a ranged attack on you, I have to be ranged, far from you, but you also have to be in range of me. But if I wanted to do melee, I have to get to you and be up close directly in front of you or right next to you in order for that attack to even succeed.
Yeah, it's very kind of situationally based because Mutiny would work best with his special ability in that the further away you are, the more of an attack I have. But your character can actually attack diagonally, which is something that Mutiny couldn't do. So you could always kind of hide behind cover. And there's another very interesting mechanic in this, which I like, which is called Force, in which I could force you into my line of sight, or I could force you into a hazardous terrain with the actual terrain aspects.
Yeah, because you can dictate where that character moves when you force them a number of spaces. Like, you go over here, now you're in the trap, you will take damage anyway.
Well, that's it. Even when it comes to damage has, because the cards all have multiple functions, you balance up how much damage you take with how much you affect your next ability. Because I found that I was able to block a lot of your attacks, but it kind of stunted my next movement, or my next time I wanted to try and attack you, or it would kind of kill off a combo I was trying to build, or anything like that. Very interesting.
Yeah, because you will have used up all your cards to tap, and then you can refocus because the cards are double-sided and it has something else again on the other side. So you're balancing on what you want to tap defensively, but also what you want to tap for your attack, because you said the special symbol in the card. So you're building the combo up, as it were. It's like, I'll do this attack, or I'll even use it in my defense, and then on my next turn, this gives it +1 to attack because that symbol is now tapped.
Well, you see, you're being very clever because all I do, I just primed it. If I knew I was going to use it, I'm just going to tap it. But I know exactly what you're saying. It's chess. This is not chess, but it's not a million miles off it because you're trying to plan your moves ahead. And the more moves ahead you plan, the better it is for you and for your character. And like it goes up to 4-player. So I mean, if it's 4-player, it's absolute chaos. But I mean, the other 2 characters, which are Whisper and Forge. Forge, for example, has extra shields.
Yeah.
So it's more important to have a big combo going into a kind of attack Forge.
Yeah, because he has a big blast shield in order to get through. Yeah,
and I really like it. I really like the fact that it's tactical and that it's circumstantial, and that if you want to build up to an actual combo, and with awareness of the game, I can figure out what you're at and try and evade around it. You know, be a bit of a twinkle toes and kind of run away from you, or kind of try and get you into line of sight, or even try and get Rig parked up next to you so that I can kind of remove your defenses and attack you, type of thing. You know, there's a lot in this game.
Yeah. Time-wise, now you played it slightly more than I did. I know I played most of the majority of my games against you. How long? What do you think of the quickness of the game?
It's funny because at the start, it took the full 30 minutes, but then we kind of got our groove. And so we kind of whittled it down to 10, 15 minutes. But then we got to know the game, and so the time actually went up again.
Yeah, because you're trying to strategize.
Yeah.
And so, I would imagine with 4, it goes even more again, because there's more people involved.
Well, that's it. I mean, with 4 players, it's a kind of again, the case of like, okay, if Eric is killing all of us and you have the most life, I might opportunistically attack you. I mean, there's no actual rules in terms of alliances or anything like that. I mean,
it's above the board.
Yeah, so I mean, it's if you bait me last time, I can kind of be pet in, attack you this time, or there's just great combination in terms of positioning of the cards. I mean, the shortcuts especially can kind of catch you on the hop. That's something that always caught me, was just flopping over to the other side of the card.
Mounting the terrain and just suddenly appearing on the other side, and you're exposed viciously.
Yeah, or even kind of like, say, you're forever attacking me, kind of, what's the word, orthogonally?
Orthogonally, yes.
Orthogonally, or
I
just
could do
diagonally.
All the squares are right around me, as well as like in front, behind, left and right, is normally the melee attacks, which you had to be right there, or orthogonal, which includes the little diagonal places you have available to you.
That's just something that I really liked about this game, is that there's all these little tricks, but it's not overly elaborate. And the more familiar you get with the game, the more sneaky you get, and the more you actually try to... So the game sped up when we became aware of it. And it slowed down again because we really wanted to exploit it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like, I don't know what I was thinking coming into it, but I knew that I wasn't thinking it was going to be this tactical.
Yeah.
There's only 18 cards here, and I was like, it's probably going to be straightforward enough. Yes, in terms of actual play, it is straightforward enough. But like having to strategize and really think out when I should refocus, what I should be tapping and when, is very precise and finicky. Like, you have to be on your game in the mindset to do appropriately well, and you can still get outmaneuvered. I actually enjoyed the art on it. It's like very modern comic books vibe off of it, or like you're watching Invincible, an adult cartoon, like Western animation, you know?
Yeah, like a Western manga type of thing. I actually love the artwork on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love the presentation as a whole, because I mean, it's a perfect little wallet-sized game, you know? This back pocket, even into your own normal wallet. I mean, we played in our local game area, but I did play this on the train.
Oh,
and the 6x6 grid, you know, it's not quite the table hog that you think, because it's a 6x6 grid, okay, with the actual terrain, and you needed, say, another 2 grids either side for the lives and for the cards. But it's not a table hog. So on a normal train table, I was able to play this game with my wife, you know, and it's very effective, you know. I mean, it surprised me. It's a perfect travel game.
Yeah, it is perfect travel. For me, I don't know if it would be conceivably possible, considering the way they format the games, just as cards. I would like to have something that laid out the grid for me, like on a folded bitted piece of paper or something like that. Because occasionally, especially when it came to ranged attacks, I had trouble visualizing where the grid exactly is and if you were in range or not.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Familiarity will kind of cure that, but if you're teaching a new player, sometimes, if you had the actual grid made out in a map, it would work. But to be honest with you, I think it would go against the core concept of this, which is just travel. Because, I mean, even if you put a little map in this, you're folding it out, you've got all the folds of it. but it's the travel aspect and the pure handiness of it. The other thing I like about this is, like, I really like this game, but I want to sleeve the cards. And I'm thinking that even though there's only 18 cards in here, you could bulge out the wallet a little bit, but you could sleeve this quite easily. Now, you'd have to use transparent sleeves.
Smaller sleeves,
like, you don't want the...
Even I'm doubtful. I don't know. I don't know if they would all actually eventually fit back in sleeved or not. But
well, no, I think they would. They would. Just the wallet would bulge a little bit, but it's like you wouldn't want to use Dragon Shield or any of those.
Oh god, the Dragon Shield sleeve is the size of the wallet.
Yeah. No, but you'd want the transparent one because obviously the cards are all double-sided because they've used every single aspect of it. But it's no, I'm quite impressed with this little game. And I'd love, I mean, if there's more characters out, I'll be definitely snagging them because I Mutiny was the one I played the most, but I actually really liked Whisper.
Yeah, I think there's certainly time for more to come out because obviously the original base game came out first and then there was the expansion, and apparently they release games monthly through Kickstarter or through their website, which is buttonshygames.com. And like, I think they certainly have time in which to go to the drawing board and figure out new characters, new ways to do different powers.
Or even new terrain. I mean, we've the Fellwood, which is the main game, but even if you had other terrain with slightly different artwork, it's a small effort, but there's a lot of potential here. I mean, this is a great kind of design mechanic game that a lot of people... Like, I could just rock up with my wallet, and you rock up with your wallet, and... Yeah. If you had a variety of characters, you have no idea who you're battling, you know. And
the small size and compactness lends to what it actually costs.
Yeah,
which is what,
$12.
Yeah,
this is nothing like. I mean, for what you're actually getting, this is an incredibly complex, beautiful little game. You know.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's a song, like it's a steal. You know.
Yeah. So I think our opinion or glowing expressions have come across fairly clear.
Oh, I better explain what a song is, actually. Sorry. There's an Irishism that you can have it for a song. That basically, if you sing a song for me, I'll give you the thing. So that's how good a value this is, I feel. That like we sang a couple of songs for them, and you know, it's. But no, I'm really impressed with this. And
yeah,
I want more.
I enjoyed it too. I'm really impressed with this. Like, and we like to express our gratitude once again to the Button Shy lads or their entire crew for sending us on for the review, and hopefully we can see more from Battlecrest specifically, but more from them in general, because they have plenty of others that are quite well known, like Sprawlopolis or Tussie Mussy, which is designed by Elizabeth Hargrave, who did Wingspan. Yeah, which is a fantastic game. They're both super as well, and considering it's so cheap, I don't think you can really go around with it.
No, absolutely. Well, all I can say is that Battlecrest gets a huge endorsement from myself and Erica as just a fantastic little game. So, until next time, thanks for tuning in. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff.
Or you could buy us a coffee by supporting us on Ko-Fi, which we have a link below.
So, until then, thank you, good luck, God bless, and...
we'll see you next time.